Hello everyone and welcome back. This is part 2 of Beyond Earth Rising Tide. I've been looking over a few things and I think I'm going to make a couple of changes here. First off, research ecology. I'm going to actually forego this. The vivarium is one of the best things because my food isn't amazing on my production, my improvements here, but I don't want to invest the time to build that or the ultrasonic fence to protect my trade route that I want to build up here. I think we're just going to build a couple of soldiers. So what I'm going to do is build this recycler. After that I'm going to build a trade convoy. Our next cultural growth in 5 turns I'm going to grab central planning, so we get 5 extra energy a turn, which is really good. And we'll purchase a soldier. So I have 2 soldiers to kind of protect this trade route. Try not to kill aliens unless we have to, but we'll do that. And then we have a city I'll probably place here, which will give us everything except this basalt over here. And it'll only overlap this one resource here. And our second or third city will be here, which will give me all 4 of these resources, but the Firaxite's kind of the big one. And it's fairly close for trading. And then down here we'll pick another city. This will be really good right here, and it'll get every single resource that you can see here. But that's a lot of miasma, so it'll take a minute. So those are the plans. So we'll change ecology to engineering, which will get us on supremacy path, reveal titanium, and get us this reactor for more money if we need, and a combat rover. So we'll do that. Just doing a recycler. And we will... 1, 2, 3... Maybe we'll ignore this vent to get this copper and actually build right here when we build this city. There's some petroleum down there for some satellites. Let's go up here and see what kind of aliens we have to deal with. I don't think I see a nest here, but there's more than likely one up here. Oh, no, that's right there. So he's going to cause problems. I've been playing a little bit off camera to get used to the expansion, and there's a few things, like one thing about retrograde thrusters that we did that's really good is it actually gives you all this vision range that normal thrusters don't, which is actually nice, so you can get the early pods by actually knowing exactly where they are. Also, aliens work a little bit differently in Rising Tide. They are a lot less aggressive and have specific triggers that make them aggressive. It seems that if you physically attack one, they'll get kind of aggressive towards you. If you're nearby, more your military units than your explorers. But if you kill their nests, which you actually have to physically do, I don't remember if you had to in the base version of the game, but there's like a pillage which actually kills it, so you can sit on it and not kill it, but once you kill it, it makes them orange like it used to, and then they'll even kill your explorers and everything, so it's a lot harder to deal with them. But if we can get a couple of guys just keeping them from attacking our trader, we won't have to kill them. And they won't attack us specifically, so we should be okay. Because it does create a large hassle once you actually start being aggressive with the aliens, because they are all over the place. So our virtue, central planning, will give us plenty more energy up here. 9 a turn is pretty solid. All our floats down here. We will have to either kill the nest or like ally with them. But it does seem to take a long time to get allies with the aliens, so probably just have to kill them off. As for this, let's see where everyone's working. Definitely work here. That's 2 food, 2 food, 2 food. That's 2 food as well. This gives us production. So we'll go and improve this guy first. Decision. Who do we want next to us? We're doing culture. We kind of need food, so we'll drop Golden Bell here. So we won't be able to, I forget how the cities work with these guys, so. And probably do the production. It's always nice to have a production building for a small small cities. But yeah, we'll probably do that trade route first, because that gives us the extra food. There's a lot of resources down here. So over here and build the plantation. Production, we'll get this trade convoy up, which will be a lot easier to defend down here instead of up here. This guy's kind of nice, but that's really, really dangerous. So just pull my guy here. I think what we'll do is we have enough money now to purchase a soldier with energy. You can also use political capital. There's diplomatic capital now, which is nice to do. Let's see, there's a lot of these sea nests. It's funny because the ocean looks a lot better now than the land does, graphically wise. So there's your nest. Moderate growth rate here, not too bad, not great. That'll stop us, so let's jump out here. Alright, so let's diplomacy.
Venez, mettez-vous à
Franco
l'aise.
Iberia.
Franco-Iberia vous
Ah
accueille
yes, that's something I
chaleureusement.
actually haven't looked into yet, so 5 culture when killing a unit. Alright, and then this works out. This is kind of interesting. Like if your army's really small, then they'll still lose respect. If it's really big, or fear, and they'll gain it. And if you do stuff that they like, they'll give or take respect from you. But let's see, where's our diplomacy at here? You can actually look at your affinity settings. So like purity, these are all the purity, harmony, supremacy, and then there's the hybrids over here. So these are all new and fairly interesting. But the most interesting thing is this. So you can actually upgrade your base personality trait to actually grow even faster, and then you can add new traits. So, oh, you can actually scroll. I didn't scroll this down last time, so military units, trade route yields, orbital coverage, covert agents. Could have got that and been a cheaper purchase. City plots are cheaper to acquire with culture. Could double up on our growth rate speed. Let's do that. This gives us agreements too, which is interesting. Okay, so we'll just buy that. We just had enough capital. And this shows you all your active agreements in one place. You can cancel them as needed, and it even gives you all the potential agreements. It's not bad. Nice and simple. Alright, this guy needs to do something. So I just want to make sure when I have this trade route set up that we aren't gonna get our dude killed, because we're investing some of our economy into him. Let's see. We're gonna have a lot of culture from these guys too. Gold, gold. The other thing I was going to look at next for research was genetics, because we'll need all of the health, and then I'll probably get genetic mapping early, which will give us this, which I counted out. We'll have at least 8 paddocks between this city, this city, this city, and this city, which is a pretty nice boost from culture from passively. And I really like the Gene Vault. Gives us free work on every city, so we get that early, and the cities become fairly self-sustainable. It's on the coast there. Should be done soon. And let's see, that'll be done soon. So it doesn't actually pop up reliably. He's already got a sea city out here. Just fortify here. Just go up here and look around. You have to be right next to their nest for them to really... There's one. I actually like that they changed that. That nests don't only grow on Xenomass anymore. They grow on any of the affinity resources. Which makes it less silly that Harmony is the one always killing the nests to get the Xenomass that they need. So explore some. Not going to get a whole lot of that. So we're going to trade down here with... Oh, we can't even trade up here at all. We don't have it explored, that's why. So, 1 food, 1 production, 1 energy, 2 culture. That's a pretty big boost. 5 turns to that. This helps us grow a little faster. Next, we're going to get a free colonist next. So 5 turns we'll get homesteading, and then after that we'll get that. Because I want to get my health under control before we expand too quickly, so we'll get the laboratory next. Because I like having a pretty good research amount. It's clearing the way for us. Actually, I haven't founded any cities in the sea yet. I usually just put them on land so far, but I like how it's... You can just seamlessly move into the ocean at any point with almost any unit. So next I want to get him over here to do that. I think the fastest way will be here. Next turn there, and then turn after that I'll use half my move there. See, they have a... Apparently moving my offensive military near her does not make her very happy with us. So it's nice because it gives you some feedback on what you're doing, how you're playing the game affecting the other people. So we need the extra food for sure. Boosted that growth a little bit. Like the more warlike people, like the Russians, I forget their game name. They like when you have a good military. If you don't, they lose a lot of respect for you. So half move, build a paddock there. I'll actually get this guy mobile because I can't see that trade route. And capital. Alright, I'm doing still good on money. Get up here to see farther. Jump on the forest and fortify there while this guy explores. I've noticed that building a second early explorer usually works out fairly well because I'll actually do that now because the expeditions are really nice. I want to get our science up even higher. About a 10% boost this early in the game, which is not bad at all. And now we know our titanium. We got some down here, more near us. And then I'll start circling up this way. So we'll just fortify here, and let's reevaluate our bases. So we got titanium here, 1, 2, 3. So we'll probably build here so we can access this titanium down here, which will give us everything again. So, and we actually have titanium in our capital now, which is good. And any new titanium down here. Oh. So not a lot of titanium at the moment. See the 4 total next to us. 2 nodes of 2. Develop virtue, we'll get homesteading, and then we'll grab colonial initiative in 17 turns, so a little ways away. In the meantime, we'll grab genetics and do a little more exploring. Maybe we can get a culture pod, which would be nice. That gives you early virtues. Probably we can grab this derelict here. Use our colony module. So I need a lot of security down here, just the one. This explorer will definitely go up northeast there. And get a second trade route up before that base disappears. Yeah, no, it's expanding towards that. That's really nice with the Kavitha, right? Your 8 turns with 7 culture is pretty good. So what else do we want to build? Thorium reactor gives us cash. Doing decent on cash. I should probably, the thing I like to do is build soldiers early before you boost your affinity level, such that more culture will help get that a turn or two faster. That's 3 or 4 turns faster, it's good. The affinity level buffs your units, so it increases the cost of that. So if you get a bunch built first, it'll save you some turns building them later, and your military's might will jump up pretty quickly just from boosting that affinity to level 2, I think, is when your basic ones. It might only be affinity level 1, in fact. Can't quite remember. And now you can ignore the, you always get the upgrade, the A or B upgrade, which lets you customize your military, but let's do this one first. The problem is, I noticed I was trying to do it so that it keeps the price down. The problem is the price doesn't stay down. I think it goes up immediately, even if you don't pick the upgrade. So while you can save your choice for later, you're still paying the enhanced cost for the unit, which is not the greatest thing in the world. So we'll boost this is a lot. 2 production and an extra culture, so that'll give us 3 production and energy and 2 culture, which I don't generally manage these. It actually does it really well on its own. In all the old Civ games, I used to, every single turn I would check my stuff and manage it, micromanage it like crazy, but it's just kind of a waste of time and effort. So just put this guy here. Pop out a couple of soldiers before affinity pops up. And we'll be set and good to actually fight the aliens off if we have to expand. What I do need to do actually is I will launch, let's see. I'm going to have a great setup for our satellite, but I'm going to go ahead and launch it now. Here. It's a pretty bad setup for this. I'm just going to launch it on the capital here, since these 3 will be really good tiles to work, and I'll probably focus on them. So we got another soldier we can pop up here. Let's see. I'm going to pop out another soldier, maybe 2. And then we'll get a rover perhaps, and then we can start building infrastructure. So this gives us artificial evolution. How far out is that? It's over way out here. 500 points to it. That was not bad, but it was one of the, wasn't very helpful for this stage in the game, unfortunately. Alright, so I do like how the aliens interact with you in the expansion a lot, because they just be there wandering around, curious, and your friends, unless you actually provoke them.
Iskawaran, the African people greet you.
Got a couple of things. We can actually buy another upgrade soon. I'll be more proactive about that in this game, especially to show you guys how it works. And I think I'll just sit up here. Defensive stance. And we'll have another one. You should really see, if this was the Russian dude, he'd be all like, with mad respect for our fairly large military, considering the early point of the game. Alright, so got another soldier. Just throw him up here. I think it's enough soldiers for now. We might just want to pop our own. We're going to get a free colonist in 5 turns. We're not going to be able to support double colonists, so I think build something quick, because we're going to have to build a Cyto nursery in a minute. So build one last soldier, since they'll boost 40% strength up into Marines here as soon as I bust my 3 more points of supremacy, so might have to get it from research. So I haven't got much in the way of events, which is often a way to get affinity boosts. usually from archaeological digs. So I think we're cruising along. We'll finish genetics here. I will set our next research and we'll call it there for today. So yeah, just buddy up here. And 2. All petroleum. He's all done. Let's see how great this tile is. That's a really nice tile. So we're just raking in a lot of money from this. Our growth isn't great though, is the problem. But that'll help manage our colony health, so I actually kind of like that at the moment. I did find one. See, I'm not getting much in the way of digs for these, but you build something with an artifact. So here you get 3 of them. Each artifact gives you some kind of boost, like production, research, or culture. When you do 3, it'll give you some kind of unique building, generally, to build. One time I got one that lets you work 2 free tiles, which was great. So maybe if I look up and learn how to build that, I can try to gun for it. And the city would love that. So let's see, genetics is finished. We're going for the health there. And I want to get this early. We won't get it for our first city, so we'll probably try to build another worker at some point. Though our main city doesn't need any more workers at the moment. So perhaps we'll just shift them over. In the meantime, I do want this at some point for the extra culture, but that, I don't even know if we're going to get much in the way of harmony for a while, so that's not very useful. I do want computing for sure because we have a lot of copper, so networks will be great. And power systems, I had a problem with this, not realizing that you need an aquatic city for that, so that's a really nice one, but I think that's good for if you start in the water, because your first city is going to be really nice with that. Kind of not sure what I should research at the moment, actually. We could get physics so we can get rangers out, although these things aren't very useful to us at all. This is aquatic only, this is Phyraxite only, and this is orbital stuff, and we don't have much orbital stuff. And it's Unity. I'm thinking Supremacy Unity, because we all have that float stone, so yeah, we'll dive down Unity for sure. However, we could do computing for a missile rover. Spy agency's a pretty decent wonder. I'll do ecology for the vivarium at this point, actually. And then we can get some miasma, because we're going to need some work on the city down here is going to need a lot of miasma work, so we'll need that at some point. And these things, the cost spikes exponentially here, so for these little leaves. But we want to get the gene vault started kind of early, so paddock, we have a paddock down, so let's get the genetic mapping. How about that? Alright. And yeah, so we'll have a soldier next turn. This guy's done working. I don't have a city soon, but I'll start improving this guy. And actually I could build a farm up here, which would be useful, because that'll be a break-even tile of 2 food because each citizen eats 2 food. So if you have 2 food on the tile, they break even, everything else is basically free. So yeah, we'll make some more plans soon. I'll catch you in the next video. Thanks for watching.